So Bob's Big Boy Burbank was completely different today. Alright, so our friend Jay went to the Bob's Big Boy in Burbank today just to see what was up. Was it a huge turnout for day 2? The answer to that is no. It wasn't a big turnout.
The question is it because, and I want you to think long and hard about this
What are you
before
talking
you leave
about?
a comment. Was it because everybody who wanted to show up showed up yesterday, or nobody gave a after they saw the pin in the poster?
You know it's option B. Don't be ridiculous. It's because people knew that there was nothing to get there. And Funko did something that really bothered me, and it's something I figured out just before we started to make this video.
Yeah, he's pretty heated about this. But before we get started, I do want to note that there were like 3 or 4 people in line at like 7:30 this morning.
So much different than yesterday.
So I just want to say it's not that nobody was there.
Oh, there were somebody
there. There were like 3 or 4 people that were there.
Yeah, there were people there, and they basically were like, hey, we're fanatics, and we wanted to be here for day 2. Whatever.
Yeah.
It was fine. I mean...
Which is great. I would have been there if I lived within walking distance.
There was so much coverage there. USA Today did something.
I know, I saw.
We just saw it on Instagram. That's insane. I didn't realize it was that much coverage. But we also talked to somebody. They work for a large retailer. And they also gave us some insight. Should I read that? About what they said?
Very carefully.
Very carefully?
Yes.
Heather, you know I'm not good at that.
Okay, I can.
Okay, hold on. Let's see. A great video last night. I know I can say that. I was there as well and was in the VIP section. So here's my perspective on that part of it. Smile emoji. There's a couple of groups that were in there that I didn't see mentioned. Press and friends of Funko. That was anyone from buyers, so buyers for a lot of these larger companies, as well as people who called Mike and said they didn't want to wait in line and asked him to get on the list. I heard this conversation, he says in parentheses, about what your friend said about the boxes. The only boxes I saw in that section, which was the patio to the restaurant, so everyone waiting in line for an autograph could see inside, were of fluffy pops. So we've actually heard a lot of that. Because last night in our previous video, we mentioned that they were handing out boxes to like the talent and the VIP people. It turns out it was just a fluffy pop.
Okay, that's good to know. I'm glad that that was cleared up.
And other giveaway things to be signed. Okay. So I don't know what any of that is, but it was not the Project Fred. Cool. I personally did not see any Project Fred figures, but I could see how all of those boxes could have looked like it. The other thing I wanted to say was the voice actor Yuji from Jujutsu Kaisen was there, and people were asking the Funko employees in line to have him sign their pop, since he wasn't signing with Mike and Fluffy. So employees kept coming up to him while he was eating, and each time was a sure, of course, no problem. So that's awesome to know that there was talent there who was willing to do the autographs. We talked about Ashley Eckstein last night, and she just took her dog and she rolled. She wasn't doing shit. I left around that time, so I don't know if he went out to sign after or if anyone did anything special. Hope that helps with another point of view. And it does. So thank you for that. We appreciate you. We sort of went in blind yesterday. We literally heard from a person that was in the mix of that line. That was like an overnight line. Mm-hmm. So all the people that were in line, which was a mix of people that you would consider flippers, fanatics, and then just people who wanted a Bob's Big Boy burger and they were willing to wait 12 hours for it. So you had those people also. Super Bob's Big Boy fanatics were
I don't think that happened.
I just want to say, that's what was going on down there. We also touched upon the entire event and what happened throughout the day. So go and watch that video to find out what happened during day 1. Now we're going to touch upon a little bit of that in this video as well, but not as hard. Very light. It's not 11 inches. I'll tell you that.
Okay.
Okay. All right, so what pissed me off? Funko decided to do this. So it's a giveaway from Funko. If you weren't able to join us to celebrate Project Fred at our Big Boy event this week, we've got you covered. We're giving away a Project Fred 01 Big Boy swag bag to one lucky winner. Prize package includes one Project Fred X Big Boy t-shirt, one collector's pin, one special edition menu, one poster, and stickers to the event. And you got to do all the things in order to possibly win this stuff. You know why this really chaps my butthole? This chaps my butthole because there were people that were standing in that line all night long and they didn't even get all this stuff. They did get a poster and they got one of the pins. And as we mentioned yesterday, our friend had to purchase a meal to get one of the other pins.
Yeah, not even a t-shirt.
Now, this is only one lucky winner unless they decide to select multiple and we just don't know it. But everybody at this event should have been handed this yesterday. This is
at least the first 150.
At least the first 150. And if anybody wants to disagree, which we've had people that are disagreeing, like, oh, they should have been there. They stood in line because they're stupid. And why'd they waste their time? They should have listened and not stood in line before 6:30 a.m.
We've gotten so many of those things that would have done the same shit. We've heard
that so much, but the real fact of the matter is that Funko should have taken this opportunity to show that fans are important and we're going to do special things for our fans. But instead what they told us is that we're going to do special things for talent and we're going to do special things for people who are influencers. And as an influencer, I think that's BS. I think that's garbage. I think they should have done it for everybody. And I feel like the influencers and talent virtually should have come last, or those folks could have gotten something later. All these people waiting in line for a pin and a poster. And then I did read people, they're like, well, they're standing in line, they didn't know what they were going to get. Nothing was promised. Totally agree with that. But again, this was an opportunity for Funko to show that the fans matter and we're going to do great things for the fans.
It's not even that nothing was promised. It's that they have put on incredibly special events before and have told you virtually nothing and had really cool shit there.
Yes.
So the fact that they're saying, like, oh, well, you weren't promise anything. If I'm watching a video and someone's saying, hey, you gotta be there, I promise you don't want to miss it, that basically says, like, this is gonna be really fucking cool.
That's a big beacon light just spinning around real fast, getting everybody all worked up.
Especially on a weekday. If you're taking off of work, what they really should have done, at least told people, hey, the first 150 people in line are going to get, a pin and a poster. We're not going to show you.
Yes.
We're going to keep that private, but you're going to get a pin and a poster.
Completely agree. They should have laid it all out, and then that way, people that stood in line all night long wouldn't have been bummed out. They would have known what they were going to get if they stood in line.
If you're going to make it sound like you're giving out something that is worth a golden light shining on your face.
By the way, that's a Pulp Fiction reference. I did not know that.
I've never seen that.
Yeah, so our friends, I've seen it, but I don't remember what they're talking about. I watched it a long time ago. Our friend Ryan, you know what he said? You guys need to watch more Tarantino movies. And I told him he should eat more of my treats. That's what I told him.
Yeah, I agree.
Treats are butt cheeks, by the way. So I told him to eat my butt. So what happened today? There were not many people standing in line, obviously. That's obvious. Our friend Jay sent us photo and video of what happened there today. He decided to go down there and become a reporter, and it was amazing. But I don't think I'm going to play the audio because he's talking to people. I'll just give you an idea of what they were saying because we didn't get an okay from them.
Yeah.
So I don't want to like use their likeness in our video, and then they're at night, somebody's telling them, giving them a call. You know, Chris and Heather, those assholes from the Gastlecast, got you on their video, and that person's like, what? So here's the video of Mike Becker today. So today, the focus was, we're at Bob's Big Boy, and we're showing off this new Project Fred figure.
We're ready at your pal Fun Maker Mike. We're ready to serve up some fun for you right now. Check this out.
Order up!
Order up is right. Project Fred, the latest from Funko. This is going to highlight several collaborations that we're going to be doing throughout the year, starting with our pals here at Big Boy. And don't forget, folks, there's always a chase figure.
Can I ask you a question?
Yes.
The majority of Funko collectors right now don't give a shit about this. Do you think that less people would give a shit about this if there were no chase involved?
Yes.
Okay, that's what I'm thinking too. By the way, I didn't even I got to go back and take a look at this. So today I ended up posting a poll. Will you try to purchase the Project Fred figure from Funko on March 7th? Say that 3 times fast. 233 votes so far. 7% says yes. 7%. 93% says no.
You know how much 7% is?
What?
16 people out of 233.
16 people. Yeah. Holy crap.
And they have 750 of those.
So I thought that we would have a 50-50 shot here.
No.
That's what I really thought we were going to see, but that isn't it at all. 7%. That's ridiculous, but I still think these figures will sell out. I have a feeling that they will. This is the first time they've ever done this. It's a Funko, it's a Freddy, first off. It's Bob's Big Boy, so it's an ad icon, so that adds another rung to this thing. And then there's a chase possibility. So with those 3 things combined, it makes a sellout, in my opinion. Oh, and the low number. Did I say the low number?
I don't
know. The
know.
low number. If I didn't say that.
So, I mean, 750 pieces is not a hard sell for Funko. They are a very large company. However, I think the price point is a deterrent.
Oh my God, yeah. It's ridiculous.
I think it's a very big deterrent. And I'm going to say it again. I said it last night. I think that if they did a smaller figure with a smaller price point,
yeah,
it would have done a lot better. Like a 5 or 6 inch for like $100.
Agreed. Well, they jumped into the art figure, designer figure pool without proving anything. Yeah. It was just like, we're doing this now, here it is, and this is the cost of it.
They didn't even like build up to that. It wasn't like, oh, here, have this miniature large figure, and then you're gonna spend $100 on it, and then announce this big boy. It's like straight up just, oh, you're gonna spend $15 on Pops, but here, buy this for $295.
Redonkulous.
It's a lot. He mentioned future collaborations.
Yes.
Now, does that mean collaborations with artists? Or does that mean collaborations like a collaboration with Big Boy? Big Boy, to me, is a license more than a collaboration.
So this is footage of our friend Jay at that Bob's Big Boy today, day 2.
Hey Heather and Christopher, this is Jay. I stopped by at Bob's Big Boy this morning to see what is going on with this particular event, because they were supposed to have a second day on the 28th of the Bob's Big Boy Fred statue thing releasing again event with all the influencers and all the celebrities and everything. As you can see, there's absolutely nobody waiting here in the parking lot. It's about
There's no one.
7 a.m. in the morning. There's pretty much nothing going on that I can see of. I'm going to walk around to the front. Oh, as you can see in the distance, there's
the Freddy.
Looks like 3 people waiting here for something.
And there's actually 4. There's someone sitting down.
Waiting for it and see what's going on. So give me a second.
Wow. So this is far different than the first day.
Yeah, because day 1, there were people lined up at like 10 o'clock the night before.
They were wrapped around the building.
Somebody else that was there at like Saturday.
Right, exactly. So he also snapped a photo of the Bob's Big Boy statue today. So look at that. Isn't he pretty?
He is adorable.
He's adorable. Those big ass shoes on again.
Them big shoes.
I think he looks great.
Listen, he's not toppling over, I can tell you that.
Then he shared photos. Now this is just from Instagram. He wasn't there anymore. But look, there's Mike. He showed up today. So not only was Mike doing his little promotional thing, he was also there signing.
That's awesome.
So I think that's great. And there he is again from the video that we just showed. So that's awesome. I love that Mike made it, because I thought today was going to be like a couple Funko employees and that's it, because all the talent, they've already come in and rolled out. All the influencers, they've come in, they've rolled out. Now what do you do? Like, why even a day? I don't even understand the day 2. My understanding is you can go and stand with the statue. Like, that's why you're going. Then there are the free items as well, but who cares? There was one dude apparently that flew in from Utah.
What?
Yes. So people are actually flying in from out of town, like fanatics, people who are super crazy about this stuff. Not some Joe Schmo down the street looking to flip something. We're talking about people who are serious Funko fanatics, they come to this thing. Now, I don't know the guy's feelings about it, but if I flew in from Utah and that was the end result, I'd be pissed.
The hype was there, and then the delivery was just like, yeah.
And so today, no one's talking about this anymore. This is one of those things where, well, I mean, we are, but I'm saying the internet isn't really talking about it. Our friend Jay is there filming and taking photos. There's very little people that are actually at this thing. Like, right? It's day 2. Like this, if it's a 2-day event, it should be huge. There should be all sorts of glitz and glam and excitement. Why not place, I know I'm getting like really nitpicky, but why not place some talent one day and then more talent on another day?
Yeah, I'm with you.
But I guess they just wanted to unveil this thing, and that was sort of the reason why you're bringing in all these people, why the excitement is there.
Let's be real. I think that they realized how day 2 was going to go once the unveiling happened.
100%.
Like, they had to have known that when people realize they're getting a pin and a poster, that it would be lackluster.
So the USA Today video on Instagram, which you can go and watch. I didn't want to place that in our video. The narrator or the news person is basically saying people stood in line all night so they could see the unveiling of Project Fred. And I believe those words are actually coming from Funko. I don't believe there was anybody out there that was there to see the unveiling, because if they're standing in line all night long, there really is no reason. They could have shown up that night to see it unveiled, or they could have showed up on the time that they were supposed to unveil it and just stand amongst the crowd.
This is very interesting. So let's go back to February 20th. This was last week. Funko posted, back to the beginning, meet us at Bob's Big Boy in Burbank, February 27th and 28th. Come join us for a special event at Bob's Big Boy restaurant, and they give the address. And it says, we're cooking up a special community gathering, and we're hoping you join. Join us at Bob's Big Boy Restaurant, Burbank. Let's reminisce about our first collectibles together and chat about our pop culture passions. The first 150 visitors to line up each day will get a prize. It doesn't say anything about an unveiling. And then Funmaker Mike posted on 1 week ago, so I guess that was the 21st, be at Bob's Big Boy Burbank on the 27th and 28th. It starts at 10:30 a.m. You're going to want to see this. So then that's where he opens up like the box with the gold in it.
With the farts.
Yeah.
Everybody loved that, by the way.
I love the
They
farts.
love farts.
But I find it really interesting that the marketing wasn't for an unveiling. It's like, hey, join us. And you'll get a special prize.
I thought they were going to bring everybody into the restaurant. Okay, this is my dumb head thinking this. All these people are going to be sitting in the Bob's Big Boy. Now, I don't know how that Bob's Big Boy is set up. I've never been there. But I thought they would sit them all down, and then Mike would sort of get in front of everybody, and then they would talk, or they would do a Q&A, or they would unveil something in there, or just something else. Not that they would have everybody sit outside, and then now you go in and you're going to buy food, and buying that food will get you your free pin, unless you're an influencer or you're one of the celebrity talents. Mm-hmm. So Jay and I were talking about this today, and he was watching some of these influencer videos. And so I'm not going to name any names of who we're talking about here. But his point, and which I'm in total agreement with, these influencers are showing like this side of it, like how great it was. Like, this was awesome. I went there and it was so much fun. Because that's their job. That's their job to do that. They're invited by Funko. That is something that us on this channel, I could not do.
No.
If I were to have been there, if it were, you and I were there, mm-hmm. I would have been walking around talking to the people who were like the fans, the people who were in line, the people who were there to see all the things.
And asking their feelings.
And just talking to people like, hey, you stood in line on it. What was the outcome, you know? Typically when we go and we're like at events, like I always know like this part of it comes from New York Comic Con visits when we're there with MISCHIEF Toys. When things happen at New York Comic Con with the Funko booth, people are constantly running over to us and giving us intel. Yeah. Like, this piece didn't show up today, and this thing sold out, and these people were fighting, and this is how they handled it. And they're telling us all this stuff. And so maybe it's just that we're the influencers that people come and tell the shit to. Yeah. Whereas maybe these other influencers are just like, I don't know, they just film everything. Everything's cool, and they're just filming everything, and that's like their channel and how they handle things. I can't do that.
No.
I just can't.
No.
And it bums me out that these people are treated this way, but these influencers are just like on board with it. They didn't take the time to talk to those people because they weren't there for that. They were there for Funko.
Back to what I was talking about with the marketing for this. So 2 days ago, they dropped that on 3/7/24 something's happening. Project Fred incoming. Are you ready for history in the making?
Right.
Not once did they say, join us at Burbank for the unveiling. Come see this. Like,
Oh, so you're talking about this Project Fred.
To move
yeah.
Yeah, so looking at this,
back to the beginning.
to me, this says like fun days.
Yeah, so what they're doing here is they're getting you amped for
Yes.
something that's coming.
Yes.
However,
On March 7th,
they mention March 7th, they don't mention Burbank, and they don't mention February 27th and 28th, which are the days of the Big Boy event.
Interesting.
They're just saying that they're going to announce something and something's coming on March 7th. Nothing about the week before.
Well, in this video it says Bob's Big Boy Burbank on 27th, 28th, starts at 10:30 a.m. You're going to want to see this?
Yes, so this video I interpreted much differently. We interpreted much differently. Go ahead and play it.
Hey everybody, it's your pal Funmaker Mike, Dolly Chief. Wait till you hear the
Wait, you can't talk about this.
I can't?
You can't.
I can't tell him anything?
Let's give him the location at least.
Okay, you're gonna want to
Well, everything's like very secretive.
Big Boy in
Which is
Burbank
cool.
on the 27th
I like it.
of February and the 28th, but especially the 27th. Guess who's coming?
Especially the 27th. So it's as if he just said himself, day 2 doesn't even matter.
Yeah.
That's basically what he just said. Don't waste your time with day 2. Only come for day 1.
I can't tell him that either.
No.
Trust me. Funko, family, friends, fanatics, they'll be there. I guess that's all I can tell you. But at least I'm going to show you what's in this box.
No, you can't do that either.
I can't do that?
No. Why don't you at least show us?
Is this why there's no mention of them unveiling anything? Were they trying to keep it secret?
We good?
We good? We good.
I don't
It's
know.
gonna be good. Bob,
That
Big Boy Burbank, the 27th and 28th. You're gonna want to see this.
so you're going to want to see this must have to do with that.
The fact that they're unveiling it.
Right.
But to me, that was like, prior to this video, they mentioned first 150 people get a prize.
Yes.
And then Mike's like, oh, you're going to want to see this. Not once did they mention an unveiling. I understand wanting to keep celebrities under wraps and stuff, and maybe it was sort of like a last minute-ish thing. Like maybe they had some of the plans, not all of them.
Right.
And some of the celebrities were like, oh, let me get back to you.
Right.
Like maybe they didn't know exactly who could make it.
This is interesting, pointing
it's
out that the
odd.
unveiling was never mentioned.
Yeah. Well, the only time it was mentioned was like a day before.
In this video?
Yes.
Funmaker Mike, are you ready, Freddie? For tomorrow at
Oh,
5?
tomorrow for a fun reveal.
That's right, at 10
Yes.
a.m. at
So
all
this is the
excited
only
about
thing that mentions it, and
Red reveal.
this is the only thing that mentions it, and it's one day before.
Yes.
We're gonna have food, and of course
That's insane,
we
right?
have, of course,
Yeah.
Adam MacArthur. We've got Kate Flannery.
See, now they're finally telling you everything to expect.
Bob.
Sort of.
So wouldn't this be the perfect time to say, if you stand in line, the first 150 people get a poster and a pin?
Yes.
This would be the video to do it, right?
So here's the thing. I think that they're valuing their celebrity guests, which
Yes.
is cool, but at the same time, not all of them were set for signing. From what we've heard, Kate Flannery was signing, fantastic. Mike was signing. He signs anything.
The anime guy.
The anime guy was signing while he was eating.
I heard Fluffy also.
Fluffy signs everything. So that's expected.
True.
So it wasn't necessarily like a signing though. It was like you get to see celebrities and then if they wanted to, they would sign for you. I think if they set the expectation, this would have been a cool event. And I think that if they would have unveiled this just by videos, those videos that they showed were epic.
Right.
I feel like the reception, like my reception personally, would change a bit. Now I never in a million years am I cool with Funko doing a $295 figure that's 11 inches. I think that that's crazy.
That is insane.
I think it's a lot when you can buy a hot toy for cheaper than that and it's fully posable and comes with accessories.
Well, let's stop, because that's not really what this is about. We're talking about art, like art figures, designer toys. That's what we're talking about. That's where this is like.
But who
placed.
designed this?
I get that, but I'm
Someone
saying
who also designs pops, and I'm not.
I'm just saying that
all
this
over
is
their
what
artists.
this is supposed to be. That's what it's supposed to be.
I know what it's supposed to be.
So they're like, we're Big Bad
supposed to
Funko.
be.
We've been around for a long time, and we're able to do this. If you want a low count thing, we're going to do a low count thing, but now we're getting into a different market
They
in order
could
to do it.
a low count pop and add like a $5 to $10 premium on it.
Oh no, I completely agree with you. I'm saying, I mentioned this yesterday. Funko has not been doing well with sales. I don't even need to look at numbers to know that. We know that just from being in the community. People just aren't buying anything. Somebody, in fact, posted today, they tagged a bunch of their Funko friends, and it's a person, one of the friends they tagged is a friend of mine. He basically is like, I sold my entire collection. I'm out of the game. It's over and done with now. Like, I'm just done with this. I'm tired of it now. It's stupid. A lot of people are saying and doing exactly the same thing. They're getting completely out of this thing. Yeah. So Funko isn't doing the same business they were doing before. So I think this is sort of let's put out a very low numbered item. People are going to want it. There's a chase involved, and it's brand new, so it's exciting. I think they added, all these different sort of things to this item or to this drop or reveal. They're expecting to hit this one out of the park, even with that price tag. Like they just think that there's value in it. I think that if Funko decided to do this, they should have dipped their toes in and slowly work their way to dropping something like this. And I think it's just Funko being Funko, but being a very cocky company.
I think it's cockiness, but I also think they're being very naive. I think they feel like they know their customers and they're like, ooh, low piece count. Ooh, we're gonna do something that's Freddy. Ooh, big boy, that's where Funko started. All the hardcore fans are gonna love this. And then they're like, you know what? It. We're gonna make this thing $300.
Right.
I mean, that's excessive. And this is coming from somebody, like, I know how much molds cost. Now, what I don't know is what this is made of. Is it solid or not? That does help determine a price.
Yeah.
However, if Funko has been able to make 10-inch figures and be able to sell them at retail for $50 a piece, why is this so pricey?
What makes it so premium is the question.
Yes, because I understand, like, lower piece counts, you're going to, for sure, be paying more money per unit.
100%.
No doubt about that.
100%.
But that seems like
it's ridiculous.
a lot.
I don't know. They should have done this differently. I don't know, in some sort of different angle. Back to the USA Today thing that we watched. At the very end, the person asked, or revealed the price, and then say, "Would you pay that for this figure?"
Yeah.
So
is
that
it
is
worth
like
it? Those were her words. Is it worth it?
We're talking about that. That's a headline. That's the headline. So out of all this, your cool reveal, your brand new line that you're getting into, the low piece count, all those things, the one piece that trumps all of that is that it's $295. The price point. I think I've heard more people talk about that. If they would have made this $50 or $100 or whatever, right? A cheaper cost, I think we would have had a different reaction.
Definitely. Now, could they have made it $50 or $100? I don't know.
Who knows? I don't know either.
I think this was obviously more expensive to make than a Funko Pop. It seems like they're really reaching based off of pieces we've seen. Now, Super Plastic makes some pretty big figures for a couple $100, but they're often still cheaper than this Fred thing. So what, like, is it the material they're using? Is Funko just like trying to make so much more money off of it? Like, what is it? And Super Plastic sometimes has lower piece counts. Right.
If it's made from like a bunch of like fingernails or something, like they've been collecting fingernails for a very long time, and from celebrity fingernails, and it was built out of celebrity fingernails, I say, wow, that's pretty cool. Like, there's a Sylvester Stallone fingernail in this thing, right? Maybe there's a $300 value in all this. Like, you point at him and you're like, oh, Sylvester Stallone's right there, and Jean-Claude Van Damme, Snooki from the Jersey Shore's in there. And then it's like, $300 makes sense to me. I get it.
Okay.
It's been 2 very confusing days, and we've covered the same topic over the last couple of days. I wanted to talk more about this today and expand a little bit on what we have been discussing, or what was discussed yesterday throughout the entire day. Today, all the flames sort of like kind of came down to some embers.
Oh, we didn't even talk about how they're releasing it. They're releasing it on EQL.
Oh yeah, by the way, EQL liked one of my comments somewhere, which is weird. Yeah, or they followed us. Something happened with EQL. I can't remember.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, basically that's like almost like a reservation type system from what I understand. Like
it's a queuing system.
Yeah, it like fights the bad guy stuff.
Right. So I can't wait to see how that works. Apparently it's a lottery.
Is it?
That's how it was stated. I watched a little video thing about it, like a little clip.
But here's the thing with that. That also costs money. I'm curious how much that adds to the figure.
I'm going to, just for shits and gigs, I'm going to try to buy this thing when it comes out. I know it sounds crazy. I want to see if I even have a chance.
You probably do, because I think 5 people are going for it.
I'm telling you, I think this is going to be really crazy. I'm not trying to hype it either. I just think that it being the very first one, I think we're going to have people who are high dollar, like big spenders in the Funko community going after this.
I don't know. I know some people who spend a lot of money on Funko products and they are not interested in this.
I don't know. I don't know what's going on. Tell me what's going on. I'm confused.
Yeah, we also don't know every single Funko.
Who knows? I don't know. This whole thing is weird. Them doing an unveiling, all the people in line. Let's think about the collectors here. I know a lot of people are like they shouldn't have been standing in line, and just, I don't know, a lot of the negativity that we talked about yesterday. No matter what the case is, these are fans of Funko that spend a lot of money. Most of them spend a lot of money in Funko. Those are the fans. Your buyers are standing out front. Those influencers, yeah, they may sell your product, but those people standing out front are the people who are giving the dollars and bills to buy all this stuff. Yeah. And you had over 150 of those people standing out there. If yesterday went really well and those first 150 people got something really great today, day 2, they would have blown the roof off the place. It would have been exciting again. People would have been going crazy, and Funko could have truly showed love for the collector. We showed you all those hype videos. We're hyping it up. Here's a promo. Here's Mike Becker talking about it. Here's a box that Chris put farts in. All those things that it builds up and it makes you think like it's going to be humongous. This is going to be the biggest thing all year long. We better go and stand at this Bob's Big Boy. And then the outcome is what we've discussed. And that...
Farts in a box.
Farts in a box. And that's the really terrible part about all this. You can agree or disagree, but if you're a Funko fan and you want to be a part of like a Funko event and you go to a Funko event only for this to be the outcome, I would be bummed out if I did it. Our friend Jay, he gave us the whole inside. He was there. He's a fan. He was bummed out. This sucks.
He lives within minutes of Bob's Big Boy and was still bummed out.
Unbelievable. Funko, do better. And when I say do better, I'm not saying make low-numbered items at $300.
Yeah, can you just make low-numbered pops? I mean, everybody would be happy. And you can add $5 or $10 to them. Hell, you can probably add $20 to them. You're raising your margin, still keeping stuff low, still keeping fans happy, but not charging them $300 for something that's too big to collect too many of.
So anyway, look, we want to know your thoughts and more in the comment section down below. This has been a really crazy couple of days. Not really sure what Funko is doing. It's off the rails again. Every time I feel like they got back on the rails, they hop off the rails again. Who knows what they're doing?
While we're talking about this, what do you think about the experience at C2E2?
I have no idea what to expect. I guess we'll find out.
I mean, because you were talking about, like, experience.
Yeah, I know. They were going to do all those experiences for Loungefly, Funko, and Mondo, and I thought that
what does experience mean? Does it mean getting a flimsy tissue paper poster?
No. What for experience to me is Funko puts up a couple items for sale at that event, but the event is really focused on what they're going to do, how things are going to be better, and how fans are going to be excited for the rest of the year. That's what I'm hoping it's going to be, but based off of what we saw here, I don't have high hopes. But let's switch gears. Tomorrow at 10 a.m. Eastern, we'll be dropping our Green Glow Ghastly. This little guy right here. He is so much fun, and he's the newest Ghastly figure from our little toy company, Mischief Toys. So make sure you check out MISCHIEFToys.com, go and sign up for the newsletter, and also go over to Instagram and follow at Mischief Toys. You want all the excitement? We're bringing it to you. And you're going to want to see all the things that we're doing all year long. It only gets bigger from here. I mean, literally, there's some bigger things. Like bigger things.
Yeah,
like
11-inch Ghastly, that's going to cost you $295. Good luck, have fun.
Let us know in the comment section down below.
I'm just kidding.
Let us know in the comment section down below. Would you buy 11-inch Ghastly at $295? We'd love to know.
Honestly, that's probably how much it would cost.
You think so?
But it's because we couldn't sell 750 of them.
Probably, yeah. It'd be very expensive. Let us know what you think about all this and more in the comment section down below, and make sure you check out MISCHIEFToys.com. In every video, we like to shout out to some of our patrons from Patreon because we love them so. You guys are amazing, and your support means the world to us. And if you want to support this channel, check out patreon.com/Gastlecast to find out all the ways that you can show your support. This upcoming weekend, we will be going live with our patrons on Google Meet. And our Google Meet calls are legendary. We do giveaways, we show you some future Mischief Toys things, and we are also going to be giving away a Proto Glow Green Ghastly. So if you're not supporting yet, this might be the best opportunity to do so. In this video, we'd like to shout out to 10 people. Renee Marin, Adam Eng, Gavin Holter, Gabriel Gotthard, Lewis Sutton, Jeremy Strecker, BBB Meister 83, Noah Crisco, David Newman, and John McCormick. Thank you guys so much for your continued support. We appreciate all of our patrons. You guys are awesome. And before you go, make sure you hit the like button, the subscribe button, and also the little bell. That way you'll know anytime we go live or post brand new content. The like button helps this channel in such a big way, so hit it very hard. Guys, thank you so much for tuning in, hanging out with us, and staying until the very end of the video. We appreciate you. We will see you in the next one.
Bye!